Drafting with Numot. Hello friends, here we are for another Drafting with Numot. This time Legacy Cube, it's back. That's right, Magic Online has Legacy Cube. It is time to play a lot of that. Anyways, pick one, pack one here. Got a few cards that I'm interested in. Got the Solemn Simulacrum, Snapcaster Mage, and a Remand. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the Snapcaster Mage here. Oh, I got the hiccups. As I think Snapcaster is very powerful, and even though I'm already passing a Remand, which is kind of awkward, there are plenty of other good spells, and I think Blue Control is a very good archetype in this format. So let's lead off with Snappy and see what we can find after that. Dak Faden is insane in Vintage Cube. Unfortunately, not as good here in Legacy Cube, where there are just so many fewer artifacts than there are everywhere else. So we're looking at Preordain here. We're looking at Grim Monolith. I love Grim Monolith. I think that card is very, very good. Kind of hard to pass it, especially since a lot of the mana rocks in this format have been cut. If you've noticed, in the last few Legacy Cubes, they've gotten rid of signets and whatnot. So getting something like Grim Monolith is, I think, a pretty high pick. Sad to pass Preordain, but Grim Monolith is going to be good wherever you play it. And follow that up with this pack, which has a Dragonlord Silumgar, Elspeth Sun's Champion, some lands that are nice, Riftwing Cloudskate if I wanted to stay blue. It's either going to be Elspeth or Dragonlord Silumgar here for me. Both are very, very good. I think I'm going to take the Elspeth, though, as given that I already have a Grim Monolith, having like a turn 3 Elspeth Sun's Champion just seems way too good to pass up. I do think she is one of the better Planeswalkers as well, though she is very expensive, but certainly just ends up taking over the game by herself a lot of the time. Pick number 4 here doesn't have anything too exciting. If I had taken Silumgar, the Scarab God, I think would be a pretty good pickup. But that being said, even though I didn't take Silumgar, Scarab God is probably still good enough to take. It's just super resilient and very good win con all on its own. Plus, very good with counter spells and whatnot, as you can counter their creatures and then eat them or whatever. Otherwise, I would consider maybe Gilded Lotus here or Night's Whisper, but Scarab God has very high upside, and I think that's worth a pick. Okay, we could build the old standard deck, Champion of Wit Scarab God. That is definitely a nice little combo, although I think Council's Judgment is probably a little bit better. It's just such good removal, especially in a format like Cube. Something that can just deal with, any threat is very, very good. Even the hexproof threats you can get with Council's Judgment, and with the Snapcaster Mage already being picked, I think that's a good choice. Okay, Sylvan Library might be the individually most powerful card here, but I think Remove Soul is going to be my choice. I think it lines up well with what I already have taken, and do want some good early interaction. Here we see a Martial Coup versus probably a Tamiyo, and I'm just going to take the Planeswalker when in doubt. There are a ton of Wrath effects in this format. Martial Coup, I'm pretty sure we already passed a Supreme Verdict. There's Wrath of God, there's Day of Judgment, etc., etc., etc. So don't think I'm going to be missing out too much by passing Martial Coup, and instead just taking the Walker. Sower, Mindslaver. Mindslaver, one of my favorite cards in Cube, but just way too hard to pass a Marsh Flats here. Fetch lands are some of the best cards to take in Cube, in all honesty, as they just unlock so much potential. And given that I already have Scarab God, Marsh Flats is double on color. Wield the All is Dust, although I don't think that is what we want to take here. Probably just to Forsake the Worldly for the sideboard. Okay, Creeping Tar Pit on the wheel, also a very good pickup. Not a land that I can get with Marsh Flats, but fixing, and it turns into a decent threat later on. Annoying threat at any rate. I'm actually not drafting green this time. Some of my favorite archetypes in Legacy Cube include Mono Red, Mono Green, Blue White Control, that type of thing. Oh, we did wield a Silumgar though. Okay. I will take that over Damnation. As, again, I'm just considering splashing black at this point, given that both my white cards are double white, but We'll have to see. It's possible that I end up going maybe more blue-black Reanimator sub-theme. So we wheel some more black cards here. Let's take the whip over the chain. No, let's take the chain over the whip. Yeah, it's possible that I'm just moving into blue-black. Ooh, Asganti is another really nice one. Okay. Yeah, looks like the black is coming around. And I will try to capitalize. Maybe moving into this style of deck. And wow, a really good pack here for us. We have a Gifts Ungiven, Mystic Confluence, Deep Analysis, Mind Stone, Reanimate. All very, very good cards. I think the least replaceable one, or at least the one that I would be most upset not having, is the Mystic Confluence. Again, just a card that is super powerful. And I'm always happy to have this in my blue. Blue-black is the Reanimator colors, but we might not be true Reanimator, so let's just take the Confluence. Get past a Grave Titan, Cryptic Command, Baleful Strix, and a Necromancy. Kind of just doing it all here. I really want to take the Cryptic Command, but it is hard to pass a Grave Titan. I think it's okay to do, though. Like, I don't think we're going to have a problem finding win cons, and Cryptic Command is just so good. This is also just bolstering my Snapcaster Mage, of course. Ooh, you know what we could really use? We could really use a Torrential Gearhulk, too. That would be good. Just going to jam the Coalition Relic here. I do think Cyclonic Rift and Tasigur are good, but Rift is going to really help fix our mana and keeps us open to the possibility of, you know, playing some other colors too. But given that we only have Creeping Tar Pit right now for fixing, and we have things like, you know, Cryptic Command and a double black card, I think that's probably good. Okay, next pack here has a Kolaghan's Command and a Vendilion Click. Click is a little nice one, especially with all the instant speed tricks that we have. It's always nice to be able to hold open you know, multiple spells on any given turn after you've passed your turn. Hypnotic Spectre, Treasure Map, Draga Tree Speaker, Dark Ritual. There's also a Swords to Plowshares here. Swords just one of the most premium removal spells, and something I could consider splashing if I really wanted to. Hypnotic Spectre and Treasure Map are the only cards I'm losing out on. Is that too bad? Probably not. I think Swords is just too good. Emrakul, the Promised End. That's another one of my favorite cards. You know, I was talking about Mindslaver. Well, this is just a Mindslaver attached to a 13/13 Flying Trampler. But the thing is, there's a Memory Lapse, there's a Pack Rat, there's a Concealed Courtyard. Like, this is another very, very good pack. Oh, this is hard. I think I'm going to just go with the Emrakul as it wins so many games, but again, we're passing some premium cards here for sure. Doom Whisper, Unexpectedly Absent. Alright, again, at this point it might be just splashing the white card, so let's take another fatty in the form of Doom Whisper. Wow. Recurring Nightmare is so powerful, should you be able to get it off. I just don't think this is the correct shell that I want it to be in, so looking at taking either the Chupacabra or the Wretched Confluence. And I don't mind just taking the Chups here. Feels bad, but so it goes. At this point, I will take the Reanimate, though. This is just a good value card. Remember, you can use this on opponent's graveyard as well. So we also wield the Necromancy. This is similar to Reanimate, as you can use it on your opponent's cards in their graveyard. Huh. I mean, it does appear that Reanimate is kind of open. I just don't have the correct pieces to jump ship and go down that path. I think instead what we're doing here is just building like a nice solid blue-black control deck. So things I'm looking for in the next pack are going to be cheap cantrips, some more counter spells, Ashiok if I get lucky, and fixing. Haven't seen much in the way of fixing. And, well, if you don't have good mana, it's not a good thing in Cube, let's just put it that way. Let's take the Duplicate. Dark Ritual is a potential play here for sure. Iona even for the Reanimator deck. Dark Ritual out. Emrakul or whatever. Yeah, Dark Ritual out Coalition Relic is still good enough too. All right, pack 3. Bring us home, buddy. Jace, Kitesail, Freebooter. Best card here is probably just the Gaia's Cradle. Could take Slaughter Pact. I think I'll just go with the Planeswalker, though. Some cheap card draw, some card advantage. Yeah. Not too much else to say here. Probably end up wheeling the Freebooter, but if not, I'm not sad about it. Ultimate Price, another Jace, Battlesphere, Bone Treader. I'm going to take the removal spell here. I don't have too much early game removal, so I think that's a good pickup. Okay, Miscalculation's a good one. Ooh, Splinter Twin also pretty nice. Big fan of Miscalc, though. You know, you're able to counter most things early game, even in the mid game, and then late in the game, if you don't need a counterspell, being able to cycle it is just A+. Liliana of the Veil, Polluted Delta, Worn Powerstone, Brainstorm, Godless Shrine. Oh, yay. This is kind of a tough pick. Normally I would just slam down the Liliana here, but because I have such little fixing, the Polluted Delta could really be a thing. I think I'm going to go greedy. I think I'm just going to go power level and take the Liliana. Hope that my mana just ends up working out. We could use Watery Grave, we could use Underground Sea, Dark Slick Shores, Drowned Catacomb. I don't think I've seen any of those lands yet. Those would be pretty good pickups. All right, Mana Leak, though, is a nice consideration, or a nice consolation, I should say, not consideration. Oracle, probably the most powerful card in this pack, but good to have a Mana Leak. Ooh, Watery Grave. Gotta take it here. I mean, Shelldock Isle's insane, but I'm not going to be that greedy with my mana base. I've already been pretty greedy as it is, so let's just take that and count our blessings as we get a Torrential Gearhulk, which is also pretty darn good here. We have Mystic Confluence, Cryptic Command, Price, Remove Soul, Mana Leak, and Miscalc, and I guess Dark Ritual, if it really came down to that. But yes, so we got the Drowned Catacomb too. Again, some really good considerations here, but don't want to get too greedy with the lands. The fact that I picked up 2 blue-black lands there is going to be huge. Did wheel the Freebooter, which is probably a play over the Dark Ritual if I don't find something else. Similar to, say, the Bone Treader here if I wanted. That Watery Grave was especially nice to pick up because we can tutor it up with Marsh Flats. Fetch it up with Marsh Flats. Yeah, I'm pleased. Pleased with how this deck ended up. Brawl. How good is Brawl in my deck? I mean, we have like 5 counter spells. It's not going to really reduce the mana cost too often, or not too relevantly, but I think it's still the pick. Probably my 23rd card there. All right, not bad. Maze of Ith for side, but I guess I'd rather have Vampire Nighthawk for sideboard versus aggro. Okay. Some random last picks. Is there any card that's not really in its place here? Oh, wow, Read the Bones. God, I think I have to play that too. Is it possible I can cut Tammy? No, you know what? I think I'm going to cut the Chainer's Edict. I think that might be the worst card in my deck. And I already have a decent number of removal spells. I don't have the Wrath. I passed that Damnation. But I think I can probably cut the Edict for the Read the Bones here. And yeah, pretty happy with how this turned up. Especially because our mana base got a much better at the end there. Pretty even split. 7-6 in favor of blue. Looks good to me. All right. Here we are for this Legacy Cube draft. Let's submit this and go to our round 1. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Legacy Cube draft. We're on the draw, which makes this hand a little bit worse because of the remove soul, but got some nice ramps, so if we can just find any one of our bigger threats, we're going to do some pretty good work here, it would seem. Turn 2, Honor of the Pure, but no creature. That's good for us. Ooh. Ultimate Price was a pretty nice draw there. Do I want to hold up Remove Soul? I think because we drew the Ultimate Price, I don't need to hold up Remove Soul this turn. I'm debating on whether or not I want to run out the Grim Monolith here, though, and I think the Coalition Relic, and I think I'm going to. Okay, Brimaz is fine. We can destroy that. Add a counter end of turn. Float black, black, price. Pass with Remove Soul open now. Read the Bones or something would be a really solid draw. That is an instant counter. Can't let them get card advantage here. Add a counter, end a turn, and draw a spell. Good enough. That does qualify. Do I want to untap the Monolith here? I think we do, with the extra floating mana from the Relic. We're still holding up Mana Leak after all. Ooh, they drew an Entreat the Angels. Okay. Seems like a pretty good turn to draw a Mana Leak for me. Gonna go ahead and just use the Coalition Relic as we did untap the Monolith, so don't need that mana as much anymore. And hoping to draw another spell here. Aha! And there lies the issue. Might have just petered out here. That is a card that I must answer, so gotta find something here. Silumgar would be good. Card draw spell, Chupacabra. Scarab God. Okay, we can roll with that. Is that blue, black, 3? Scarab God it up. Play a land. And pass. Can eat their Brimaz, can eat their Mentor. Decent draw. Bodyguard, Protect Hero resolves. I wonder if they still just jam in here. They probably do, right? Makes sense. Like, they're still hitting me for potentially 6 damage. Although I will be eating the Brimaz here. Okay. Block, block. Nice. Now that they sack the Bodyguard to protect their hero for a turn, I can actually eat the Bodyguard with the Scarab God and to protect one of my creatures now. So, oh, they also ordered incorrectly. They forgot to kill my Cat Soldier with their soldier token. Slight little mistake. Question is, do I want to upkeep, use the Scarab God's ability? And I think the answer is yes. That allows us to scry 2 as opposed to just 1. So let's add a charge counter to our Relic EOT. Upkeep with the trigger on the stack. Let's eat the Bodyguard. Protect Scarab God. Scry 2, ping them for 2. And those are some decent hits. So I think we're going to bottom the Jace and top the Gear Hulk, even though we cannot cast it this turn. And then we're going to use the floating mana to eat their Mentor. And we still get to attack for... I mean, I'm going to attack with everything still. Just put them on a 2-turn clock, because our Brimaz has Vigilance anyways. Oh yeah, we have Brimaz with Mentor of the Meek going on now. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Scarab God, hell of a card. Opponent's going to need to do something spectacular to get out of this game. Yeah, now they're just passing. Alright, upkeep, we're going to get a Scry for 3, ping them for 3. Let's bottom the 2 lands, and I think we keep the click. And we're going to do this main phase after playing out our land. Take a look at what's there in their hand, see if it's safe to just bash out with everything. Would not be surprised if this prompts a scoop. Because even though the opponent's dead on board, I don't want to attack into... I mean, I don't think Settle the Wreckage is in this, but they could have like a... Avacyn, sure. I was going to say they could have a... Unexpectedly Absent or something. I don't know. In any case. Counter their Avacyn response. Take a look at what else is in their deck. Elspeth and a Lyra Dawnbringer. Okay, so it's not like... They're not super aggro, white. They do have some early game, but it looks like they're more mid-range plus big white. So Bone Shredder probably comes in. Nighthawk might want to come in. On the draw, I think cutting a counter would not be terrible. I think on the draw I'm going to cut the Reanimate for the Bone Shredder for sure. Let's see. I think the Jace on the draw is probably worse than the Nighthawk, for example. And I'm not going to bring in the Chainers, so we'll just make those 2 swaps. Reanimate and Jace for the Nighthawk Shredder. Let's go to game 2. Alright, here we are for game 2 of the first round. We are on the draw. And I'm not really digging this hand, although I think I keep it. Snapcaster probably just trades away with their first play, and then click on turn 3 isn't awful. No removal, though, and mono blue is slightly problematic. The same start as last time, turn 2, Honor of the Pure. Cryptic was a good draw. Hopefully they don't have Bremaz here again. No, just the Student of Warfare. And that's going to get pretty big pretty quickly, yeah. Already a 4/4 first strike. Watery Grave. Kind of meant to upkeep the click, but forgot to do so. It's kind of awkward. Looks like they're just going to go full all in on the Student of Warfare, though, which is good for us. Going to end of turn the click, at any rate. So the thing is, I could have also targeted myself with the click just to get rid of like the Emrakul, but have opted not to. And now I have some options, because the Mother of Ruins is actually going to do a really good job against this Cryptic command. So I think what I want to do is main phase, return this to their hand, and draw a card. And that way I'm not taking a ton of damage from their Knight. As they draw Baneslayer, sure. Doom Whisperer. Protection from demons, you don't say. Okay. Alright, well, I'm still going to run it out. The Surveil is going to be pretty nice. And I think what I'm supposed to do is chump the Baneslayer Angel with the Vendilion click immediately. Oh my god, a Worm Coil too. Okay, this got slightly out of hand. Well, Surveil's going to put some extra card types in my graveyard for Emrakul as well, which is nice. So let's put Tammy and land into my graveyard, which puts 4 card types in my graveyard now. Don't need Mana Leak, don't need lands. Got an artifact in there now as well. I don't think I go to 6, so let's stay on 8 for now. And I think this is just a turn where I have to pass and Gear Hulk my Cryptic command. Okay. So, since they have Glorious Anthem, I can't actually block and then bounce, so what we're going to do here is Torrential Gear Hulk prior to them attacking. And we're going to tap down their creatures, draw a card, which also unlocks the killing the mom for potentially next turn if I get lucky. Okay, a land. I have 5 card types in the graveyard. What don't I have in my... I don't have a sorcery in my graveyard. Jesus. Okay, so... I think I need to surveil a sorcery into my graveyard into casting Emrakul is the plan. So graveyard, graveyard... Already have creatures in my graveyard. I think I go deep one more time. Bone Shredder is not awful. Okay. If I keep Bone Shredder, I can kill the mom. Snapcaster Mage, nothing. Then potentially, okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. I have to kill the Mother of Runes here, otherwise I just lose. I suppose I'm supposed to Gonti first though, just in case. That's interesting. Elspeth is really interesting here. As is Sun Titan, actually. Sun Titan getting back like Liliana is not awful, but I think Elspeth has to be the choice. And then I have to Bone Shredder the mom here. Pass turn. I have to do a lot of chumping. Yeah, they're just going to go full on in on the Student of Warfare. So I need to kill the Gideon. And I also need to kill... Oh, I can wipe their board next turn with Elspeth. This is amazing. Chump. Kill. Chump. Oh yeah, because their creatures are so... Yeah, I get to kill their whole team next turn with their Elspeth. This is crazy. And then I still got to hit him for 6. Attack for 6. Elspeth. Boom! Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. Oh, I just drew Entreat the Angels? Oh, come on! What? No! What kind of draw? And I was 1 mana short of being able to miscalc. Oh my gosh. And I can't even Emrakul. I'm 1 mana short still. That's insane. Dang it. I don't have anything that I can Snapcaster, right? Alright, well, let's cycle the miscalc. Jeez. Brutality. It's a miracle, as they say. Because I could beat basically any ground creature, but 5 flyers? Come on with that. Alright, run it back. Let's go to game 3. Alright, game 3 of the first round after that devastating, brutal loss to a top-decked Entreat the Angels. We're on the play and our hand's pretty nice. We know the Mystic Confluence is going to be pretty good versus them too. No! You can't have Mother of Runes turn 1. Here's the hope. Attack. Attack with Mother of Runes for the damage. Oh, no. Wait, this is fine. I think they're still going to attack with Mom. No! You're supposed to attack! You were the chosen one. I suppose now the question is, do I want to flash in the Snapcaster Mage? I think the answer is yes, and just play Lily next turn in minus. We didn't see Mana Tithe from them earlier, so if they have it, so be it, but make them sack their bodyguard, as I doubt they're sacking Mom. Three mana. Ooh, a Mentor of the Meek. That's good. And we'll uptick. Discard our Emrakul. Could always draw Reanimate and pay 13 life to get a 13/13 flyer. We'll see if they make the play of giving their Mentor of the Meek protection from blue. Or if they just attack Liliana. And wait for me. Because it's kind of risky for them to attack with the Mentor. I block, and then they give it protection from blue. Yeah, and indeed, it looks like that's what they're doing. So Liliana down. This is my chance to like bounce their creatures if I wanted to. But I think here we just want to jam the Doom. Start setting up our draws. Four mana. There's their Hero of Blade Hold. No me gusta. Start surveilling a little bit. What are we looking for? Cryptic Command, I guess? Ooh. Ooh, that's good. So I'm going to go top here. And this lets me play Brawl into holding up Mystic Confluence. I'm going to pass. Hope they get greedy with a aggressive Mother of Runes activation. Okay, we're going to counter that. And let's return 2 creatures. So let's counter that. Let's target the Mom. Let's target the hero. So they can prevent either their Mom or their hero from being bounced this turn. And then we can also surveil as well. 1, 2. I guess we keep both those still. I was seeing if there was a land underneath the Torrential Gearhulk, and if there was, I would be able to bin it with the Brawl. But now we have Torrential, so we're just going to go slam it main phase. Mystic Confluence. And we are going to return Mother of Ruins, Hero of Blade Hold, and their Adanto Vanguard to their hand. Pretty darn good. Now I get to attack for 8. Okay, replay the Mother. They are choosing to draw a card here, so they might not be able to run out their hero again this turn, which would be really nice for us. Indeed, it looks like they're just running out some, well, a lot of 1-drops with Mentor of the Meek, but I get to hit them for at least 6 in the air, which puts them to 6. So let's just draw the Read the Bones naturally, and then Surveil at least once first. I'm at 12. I could probably do it again. Oh, wow. 4 lands we get to put in the bottom is pretty darn good. Heck, let's go down to 8. Cryptic Command and Chupacabra. We take those. Double top. Read the Bones for 2. Top, top. And now tap all creatures your opponents control. Draw a card. And hit them for lethal. Bada boom, bada bang, baby. Take that, mono white. Not today. And off to round 2 we go. Round 2 fight. On the draw again. Hand's pretty good though. Got both for colors, got a removal spell, got a counter spell, and a late game Gear Hulk. Certainly worth a keep. Marsh Flats, ooh, and a Miscalc. These are the type of hands I just love. Obviously, sometimes they don't work out. As your opponent gets something underneath you or resolves like a Thrun or whatever, but there is a control player in me, surprisingly. What the heck? Savannah into Volcanic Island. Alright, well, I bow down to the opponent's mana, because they are clearly doing something far superior. Savannah Volcanic Island. Breeding Pool! Where's their black source, though? That's what I want to know. Where is the black source? That was an excellent draw. Remember that time I said taking Vanillion Click was nice to have, you know, an instant speed thing to do in addition to holding up all the counters? There was no way that I was going to cast a Coalition Relic this turn anyways. Just don't think there's any reason to tap out unnecessarily. But we'll see what they do. If it's not relevant, we can just pass. If it is relevant, we can counter it. And if they do nothing, then we click them. What you got in there, friend? What are you working with today? Bunch of control elements and a negate. Okay, well, I assume the negate is the correct choice. Interesting hand, though, for sure. Looks like Remove Soul might not be at its best here versus them. Well, let's bash in for 3. And then we get to resolve our Relic and still hold up Mana Leak. Now they have to be thinking to themselves, why would they do this, right? Why would you run out Coalition Relic when you know I have a Dak Fade in hand? So we'll see what they do, though. And if I get the opportunity to miscalc here, oh yes, we will. We know they have a Taiga in their hand, so they might be kicking themselves that they didn't play the Taiga first. Nice. And now we still have Mana Leak open. Ah, that makes sense. They drew a Seachrome Coast. Understandable. Bash in for 3 and pass again. We know 4 of their 6 cards, which is good. I think we just need to save the Mana Leak for Sphinx's Rev at this point as they play out their Taiga. Unless they're going to control magic or something here. Looks like they're just going to pass. Oh, here we go. Brawl. Let's use our Remove Soul on that, as I doubt we're going to have many better targets than... Well, that's not true. We might not find any other targets, I should say, than Brawl. Since we know 3 of their cards in their hand. Okay, they just pass. Put a counter on our relic, and we drew a Temio. Actually kind of messed up there, didn't I? I should have floated a black. That was bad. Not a huge deal, but I should have floated a black there. I wasn't going to jam the Tammy anyways, but floating black would have let me just resolve the brawl, or reanimate the brawl without tapping my creeping tar pit. Okay, this is probably going to be a control magic, I would guess. Unless they're just going to Terminus. In which case, we will happily mana leak for 1 mana, get our loot on. Discard the ultimate price at this point, put a charge counter on our relic. That was a very good draw too. Let's float a black, this time correctly. Not do anything with it though. Just bash them for 4, put them to 6, have them dead next turn to tar pit, etc. Because their line might just be going for Sphinx's Rev here for like 3 or 4. Oh, maybe this is a control magic. No, this is something else. Ooh, Fractured Identity. And they only left up 1 mana. I can actually afford to play around a Mana Tithe, so let's Snapcaster Mage and do that instead. Because if I go Torrential Gearhulk and they have Mana Tithe, they get me pretty good. But if I go Snapcaster Mage on Mana Leak or Miscalc, then we play around that and still have a way to kill them through like a Swords or whatever. Looks like Chupacabra comes out, Freebooter comes in. Might be good to bring in Tasigur too. I mean, they're going to have some number of creatures, right? I just don't think the Chupacabras is necessary though. So let's just bring in the Freebooter. I guess cut the Reanimate, bring in Tasigur. And try it like that. Okay, here we are for game 2 of round 2. On the draw, given how slow our opponent was last game, I think I'm going to try this hand. Normally, I would mulligan this hand in 90% of other scenarios, as they have a turn 1 Ancestral Vision, which is unfortunate. But I think versus this opponent, it's a fine keep. Because I just need to find 1 land in 3 draw steps for Coalition Relic, which would be really nice. Swamp even better on turn 2 for this Kitesail Freebooty. Looks like they might counter it, which is fine. We'd rather them counter the Kitesail Freebooter than anything else. Ooh, a Brainstorm. Ah, I like that. Hide cards in their hand. Hide information. That's good. So they get to hide 2 cards. So what happens here? Do I actually get to hold up Mystic Confluence when they go for the Ancestral Vision? Depends on if I draw another land, I suppose. I mean, at the very least, I'm going to look at quite a few of their cards with the Freebooter. And we know they don't have too many creatures as compared to non-creatures, so... Indeed, that is what happens. I guess I just take the Kadama's Reach. So we have Time Warp, Misty, Plains, Identity, and 1 unknown. Dak Faden. Okay. That's actually really bad for me. Now I don't get to play out my Coalition Relic because I can only attack the Dak for 1. Yikes. That's sad. Wow, that was really bad for me, wasn't it? Huh. That might kill us. Yeah, that might kill us. They discarded the fractured identity. Okay. I feel so bad playing the relic. Yeah. Ah. I don't think I can, though. I don't think I can give them the relic when they're going to draw 3 extra cards with vision soon. The only nice side about playing the relic is that I might have been able to kill the Dak Faden if they did. But now I'm really disliking our position. They also discarded the Time Warp, okay. So we don't know any of their cards anymore. Swamp was a good draw, I guess. Okay, they're going to use their Misty in response. Gonti resolves, though, and we hit 3 lands and a Temporal Mastery. 7 mana Time Walk it is. Gonti can't play lands. It specifically says cast, so not a realistic thing. I mean, again, the opponent just has so many cards, plus so much selection in those cards now with the Dak Faden, that even though we have board presence, I do not feel good about this game. If they don't do anything this turn again, though, and I get to play or hold up Mystic Confluence, then maybe we have something going on, but aha. That is also quite the card. Okay. Mana Leak, a fine draw. Alright, well, I think it's more important to attack Dak now. Sorry, Teferi now. Hold up Confluence. They only have 14 cards left in their deck. They've outdrawn me by 14 cards. I'll make that 16. They're at 12 cards in deck now. Discarded a Hydroid Krasis and a Mesmerizing Benthin. They have... I don't know what their deck is. I'm scared. Super janky. I'll say that much. Control Magic Gonti. Could just Mana Leak that, but I think I'm going to go for the Confluence and draw some cards as well. Ooh, do they have a counter of their own? To counter my counter? Do they have their negate or whatever it was? They do. Wow. Okay. So, what do I do about that? Cry? Weep? Concede? I think now there's a new game plan I'm supposed to go for. I think we want to just get to Emrakul and try to deck them. So let's play Jace. Let's make both players draw a card now, as they only have 10 left in their deck. I might as well pay 2 for the Watery Grave. I don't think there's any downside versus them. 9 cards left in their deck now. 8. Make it. They're drawing more. 6 cards left in library. I mean, unless they're like Splinter Twin combo, this seems very risky. Okay, land number 7. Play something big. Play something I can mana leak. I guess that's good enough to mana leak. It doesn't actually really do much, but if that's their best play, then why not? Guess at this point I'm supposed to attack Dak so they can't ultimate. Okay, so let's attack Dak. And then we want to draw the card. Let's go for the Time Walk. If they have a counter, so be it. That's not even that bad. They're going to Cryptic Command in response. Okay. That's good. Four cards left in their library. I mean, they can't really afford to use Dak anymore, and even using Teferi is pretty risky, I feel like. I'm just not sure how they win yet. Frost Titan, okay. That is a card that can, in fact, win the game. How do I beat that one now? Probably just going to play Lily plus Jace next turn. Make them sack the Gonti. Make them draw a card. They also play a Baral. Alright, I guess they're going to sack the Baral to Gonti then. Sorry, sack the Baral to Lily. If I can find a way to kill the Frost Titan, I don't think we can lose, but as it stands, yes, Frost Titan is a card I can lose to. They did. Okay, they upticked Teferi, though. It's a little bit surprising. Gearhulk. That's not quite good enough because I can't pay the 2 to bounce the Frost Titan. I mean, I guess I just need to hope that they don't have any more counters, right? So let's Jace. Both players draw. Click. That's probably good. And I'm gonna click them on attack step. So, because I think the Frost Titan must attack Jace here unless they tuck the Jace. Face, face, face. Oh, okay. Maybe they can go face then. What do I know? They could also have like a Banefire in their hand, I suppose. I don't know what's going on in their deck. What was that? Hardcast Force of Will? Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. I go to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll land and like Banefire kill me. Yep, there's the Tuck on the Teferi. So if I draw a land, I think I win. Land lets me go Gear Hulk, bounce all 3 of their creatures. Chromatic Lantern, sure. What else do you have? Baby Jace, that doesn't do anything either. Land, please. Dang it. Yeah, land there would have instantly won the game, I think, but we can hope. If they don't have another counter or a removal spell on my Torrential Gear Hulk, this game is technically ours. All right. Do you have it? Do you have another counter / removal spell? Instant speed. They do not! And we win the game. I don't know what the heck that was, but we'll frickin' take it. And that puts us to 2-0. Let's go see how round 3 goes. Here we are for the final round of this Legacy Cube Draft. We are currently 2-0. Going to choose to be on the play, and I'm going to keep this hand and hope to draw some land, specifically blue land. You know what would be really funny if the opponent was playing Reanimator and they just went like turn 1 main phase Entomb for some reason, and I got to reanimate their Grizzlebrand or what have you. Reanimate Snapcaster is a lot of value, though, I will say that much. All right, opponent on mulligan to 6. And they bottomed card and pass. Off to the slow races we go. Cross your fingers. Island, island off the top. Oh no, Ancestral Vision. I want that card. Very real possibility that I just flash out the Snapcaster Mage end of their turn. Just start to get damage in. Island. Boom! Feels bad. Risks have been taken, and I have not been rewarded. Okay, Misty gets an island. Basalt Monolith it is. A little late to the party there, Island, but I accept you. And now that we have Jace, I think I'm just going to Jace and minus. Start getting our cards back. Try to catch up to them, since we are a little bit behind now, and we're going to be much further behind if I don't get to, say for example, counter that vision with this cryptic command. Oh, that's not good. They're going for something big. Yikes. That's a lot of mana. Wow, that's a lot of mana. Are they going to upheaval me? Draw more cards. Island, island. Yes. Attack for 2 and pass. Now the question is, do I want to hold up Cryptic Command, or do I want to Vendilion click them after Ancestral Vision resolves? Or do I want to just counter this Ancestral Vision? It's another possibility. I think I'm going to let the Vision resolve and click them on draw step. That's my plan, and I'm sticking with it. Fair enough. It's possible they already had the miscalc in their hand, so... Okay, they still have access to 7 mana this turn. Oh, God. That's just so busted. Oh, no! Alright, well, that's not the worst Council's Judgment, as Jace only had 1 loyalty left, so... I'm not, like, super devastated about that. Let's attack for 2. Going to reanimate my Click, take a look at their hand. Take a little sneak peek. I want to know what's in your hand. Upheaval, indeed they did have. All right. Verdict and a cast out as well. So we'll take the Upheaval, and then we'll just follow up with Read the Bones. As they untap Basalt Monolith, yes. I'm going to bottom 1 land, but top the other. And play a land and pass. Watery Grave already on the battlefield, so Flats only gets a swamp. It would not be surprising to see them just wrath this board immediately. As expected. Okay, what else did you find? Architect of Thought, yes. Give them the memory lapse. And remember, they still have a cast out in their hand, so I think I might just be playing like the Gonti this turn, as they are tapped out. And that's going to get me the most value, given what they have in their hand. Feels pretty unlikely that miscalculation is going to do anything anytime soon. All right, what you got? Ugin, Spell Queller. I mean, so far away from Ugin. Also, Ugin's pretty awkward in the face of Memory Lapse and Cast Out. So their hand is Cast Out, Memory Lapse, 2 unknown. They're just going to immediately get rid of Jace. All right. Looks like they take the Gideon. That's the thing, they just have so much mana. Kind of hard to beat that. Huh. Don't know why they're tapping Basalt Monolith there. Okay. So they can time walk me with Memory Lapse. I'm surprised they haven't drawn cards with the Hedron Archive yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So let's cycle the Miscalc. Attack Gideon for 2. And let's just pass. Hold up Cryptic Command and Spell Queller. I expect them to untap their Monolith and draw 2 cards. Indeed. could have done cryptic command there in response to them untapping the monolith, but what am I doing then? Untapping their Gideon? Or bouncing their Gideon? That doesn't seem good enough. That's fine. Okay, they're going to kill Gonti. That's also fine. Mole Drifter. All right, we will cryptic that. And I think I'm going to bounce their Gideon to their hand. They go for Memory Lapse here. And then I get to Spell Quell the memory Lapse. Because they already played a land this turn, right? Which means they can't recast their Gideon. Yeah. Weird game. All right, as expected, there's the lapse. And let's get them. Why can't I choose memory lapse here? Oh, might have to restart the client. Might be bugged out. Okay. I think it's letting me choose a spell now. Maybe you have to be on. No, it's still not letting me stack correctly. What is going on here? This is weird. All right, apparently I had to have chat closed but opened? I don't know. That was very weird. Now I've all forgot what I was going to do. Attack for 2 in the air sounds like a good start. And I suppose we're going to Gear Hulk our cryptic command now when they try to replay the Gideon. Oh no, they have Cast Down in their hand, don't they? Oh man, God, this was so bad. Or Cast Out, I should say. This gosh darn game makes me mad. Had to restart multiple times, so I completely forgot where we were. Ah well. Guess I'm gonna go for it. We'll see if they see the play. Because if they cast out their Spell Queller, the Memory Lapse gets unlocked. Which is not a huge deal, it's just super awkward. It looks like they know. Again, not a big deal. I at the very least get to redraw my Gear Hulk next turn. Ooh, they forgot to untap their monolith. That's good for us. Just need one more land and then I can Scarab God activate immediately. Okay, they're gonna Gideon here. Are they gonna animate their Celestial Colonnade? That is fine if they do that. Okay. Now what? Alright, just attacking with the colonnade, that's fine. Let's go for the Gear Hulk again, end of turn. Targeting our Cryptic. And with Cryptic, we are going to return the Gideon to their hand and draw a card, trying to find our 10th land. Sorry, our 9th land, I should say. Those are both awkward draws. Alright. Combat for 5. And then we're just going to Tamiyo down their Celestial Colonnade this turn. Yep. Remember to untap your Monolith. That's great. Still think we're looking in a fine position here. I mean, they can Gideon kill my Gear Hulk, but it's not the worst case scenario. Hopefully they try to cast a creature this turn and I can just remove Soul it. O-Ring. Alright. Can't do much about that, unfortunately. I guess they hit Tammy. Yep. Because then Gideon just kills Gear Hulk. Treachery! Oh, even worse. Well, that's fine. I guess I get to Chupacabra it. Oh man, they can activate Colonnade into playing Gideon now. That's pretty damn good. So I don't think I'm going to get a chance to Mana Leak any other point of the game. So we might as well do it now to prevent them from attacking with the Colonnade. Okay. Now there's our land finally. Maybe a little bit late. Let's go with the Scarab God here. And then I guess I actually want to Chup my own Gear Hulk. Looks pretty good. Uh-oh, what is this? This looks way too big. Mass Manipulation? Ay, one of these draws. Alright, let's scoop them up and go to game number 2. So they are much more control-y. Much more control-y. So Freebooter in, Price out, Chupacabra out. Crypt Breaker is probably fine. And even Tassiger wouldn't be awful, but let's just bring in some more early threats and take out some of this nonsense removal, since it's not very good versus them. Okay, game 2 of the finals. Let's be on the play. And we're going to keep it. Emrakul is going to be absurd in this matchup, should I be able to cast it. This is another 2-lander, of course, on the play, so slight risk, but I do have Miscalc that I can potentially cycle away. And they don't have the turn 1 suspend Ancestral Vision, which will hopefully be good. We're just looking to draw nothing but land from this point on, basically. And like I said, cycling the Miscalc here. Nice. We found some land. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gonna mana leak any artifact they would try to cast there. Ooh, Silumgar's not a terrible one versus all their planeswalkers, although, again, just want to draw lands. Okay, Basalt Monolith. Let's Snapcaster the Miscalc. And then we still have Mana Leak open. Land? Nice. I think it's okay to just pressure the board. My hand's not really well suited to just hold up Mana Leak. If they have Treachery here, so be it. It's just a risk I'm willing to take. Looks like that's a double white card. Maybe just Council's Judgment. Unfortunate if it is, as it exiles. Ah, Supreme Verdict. That's fine, as I get my Scarab God back. Land, land, land. Give me land. Yay, yay, yay. So much yay. And again, if that's their play, then I'm just going to run out the Scarab God again. Hope that they don't have the Treachery. O-Ring is okay. Not much I could do about that anyways. Ooh, spicy draw. What you got in there, friend? Anything good? Memory Lapse. Yeah, I'm a Mana Leak that. Get our Mana Leak in the graveyard for this Torrential Gearhulk. I see. I see. So we take the Mass Manipulation here, as their upheaval is completely awful with O-Ring. They did hit a another land, unfortunately, so they do get to hold up Miscalc here. Alright, let's attack the Elspeth. So Miscalc and Upheaval in hand. So we want them to counter this Gearhulk with their Miscalc, as that puts an artifact in our graveyard and unlocks our Silumgar. Now, it's possible I could just wait a turn, but I want to get the Silumgar on Elspeth ASAP. So I think that's okay. Two lands away from being able to upheaval. Or sorry, Emrakul. That was a good draw for them. So I can actually exile the Elspeth since they're choosing my Silumgar. Good play there. Nice draw too. 8, 9, 10, 11. So potentially Emrakul next turn. Yep, as they just play a Colonnade, and that should just be game over. GG's. Upheaval, and I start the game with a Scarab God. Nice Oblivion Ring, friend. Nice Oblivion Ring. And they scoop. All right, game 3 we go. Come on, baby, for all the marbles. Any sideboard versus on the draw and on the play here. Don't think so. Let's do it. All right, here we are. Game 3 of the finals. Our opponent has opted to draw, which I think is pretty smart in this particular matchup. My hand's decent, though. As long as I find a land in the next 2 draw steps, that is to say, for Coalition Relic, then I'm going to be pretty happy. Oh, no. Drawing a 13 drop, while it is a card I want later on, is not a card I want right now. But thankfully, whew, did hit that 3rd land on time. Gonna jam the Relic here. Let's see if they have a counter. They do. They have their Memory Lapse. That's fine. As a result, I think I'm going to go ahead and play Read the Bones next turn, just to help try to find a land. Okay. And we are going to double top those. Scary game. What do you got? Jace it up. All right, I dig it. I'm going to give them Gilded Lotus versus everything else, because the Mass Manipulation and Oust aren't really useful right now. I think they're going to take the Gilded Lotus. We'll see, though. Oh, they took the 2 cards. All right. Fair enough. I think we're going to go with a Gonti here. Take a little peek-sees at some of their cards. Ooh, and Negate is a good one. Name of the game, get to Emrakul. Pretty funny that you can mass manipulation in Emrakul, though. Steam Vents. Pay the life. What could this be? I don't think they would upheaval here. That doesn't make too much sense. Five mana, 6 mana. What is this? Thoroughly confused, bamboozled. Maybe they're mistapping? What is going on? I'm scared. Help me. Ah, so it looks like they just meant to add white with Coalition Relic, but made a mistake there. All right, no big deal. Land's a good draw. Must attack Gideon this turn. I think I'm going to go for the Gear Hulk. If they counter it, I get an artifact and a creature in my yard. Oh, yikes. Well, I guess we're giving them Mole Drifter both versus both removal spells again. We can just overload their hand with removal. Let's see what they take. Alright, so they have Judgment, O-Ring, Manipulation, and the last one was Oust. So 4 of their cards are kind of dead right now. A very loose kind of, I should say. All right. Animate Gideon. That's fine. Well, not fine, but so be it. Are they going to O-ring my Gonti? I'm okay with that. Alright, let's go for a flash in end of turn. That resolved. Not bad. Ooh, Monolith was also a decent draw. Alright, let's go for the kill on the Jace. Play out the Relic. Play out the Monolith. Are they going to counter my Monolith? No, maybe not. Oh. Spell Queller. Oh no. I think I actually lose now, don't I? Now I'm dead to Gideon Animate, Spell Queller, and Colonnade. Aw, crap. Alright, well I have to hope that they don't go for it. I don't think there was much else I could have done. Yeah, looks like they're going for it. Oh, Treachery. Wait, I can negate that. Oh, that's huge if this resolves. Because 3 of their cards are Judgment, Manipulation, and Oust. Wow, they could have just went for the kill and they messed up. They had lethal. Whew! Are we going to pull this one out of our butts? I need to hit a land next turn to do so, I think. Oust, Manipulation, Judgment. We'll see if they Judgment my Coalition Relic. They did not. Okay, great. Charge counter on. Come on, land. Yes. All right, we have a shot. We have a frickin' shot. Okay. Oust, Manipulation, Judgment. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And they drew an upheaval, or sorry, a cast out. Okay, so we have some plays that we can make. We need to get rid of quite a few of these cards, and Gideon is a card that becomes indestructible, right? No, prevent all damage, so I can actually Wrath away the Gideon too. So let's start by cycling their cast out. They drew a Hedron Archive, okay. Do I want to oust my Emrakul so that I can redraw it? That doesn't seem bad. Can also... also need to get rid of Manipulate. Man, all these cards are pretty awkward, aren't they? Yeah, I think I oust my own... Emrakul so that I can redraw it later. And then we can animate Gideon. And Wrath. And that leaves him with Archive, Manipulation, Judgment. Them still having Manipulation is going to suck, though, but there's not much I can do about that. All right. Not a bad turn, though. Judgment, Archive, Manipulation are in hand. Judgment, Archive, Manipulation. Judgment, Archive, Manip. Okay. Well, I don't really care if they Judgment away my Grim Monolith. That's really good for me that they did that. Now they just play Archive and pass? And they have Manipulation in their hand? Sure. Snapcaster Read the Bones is not bad. Alright, let's do it. Don't need the Doom Whisperer, but we will keep the Emrakul, of course. All right. So last card we know about is a Manipulation, and then they have 3 other unknowns. So here's hoping to Emrakul saving the day again. Animate Colonnade is fine. The only creature in their graveyard that I can steal with the Scarab God is going to be the Spell Queller. Alright, it's Emrakul again. Take their turn. Doesn't really matter if they counter Emrakul. It sucks, but the main thing is taking their turn. Taking one of their turns anyways. Let's hope they kept Upheaval in their deck. Terminus. Okay. I cannot animate and Terminus, unfortunately. But I can animate plus Manipulation itself. It seems like the play. Yeah, Manipulations is going to be worse for us than the Terminus is going to be. They do have me at 4 life after this attack from Colonnade, though, so certainly not out of the woods yet. In fact, could very easily just die. Man, that Colonnade is doing extreme work. I'm at 3. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2. I guess Scarab God's probably a little bit better than Silumgar to lead off with. Might be dead here, though, of course. They might lead off with Terminus, though. Okay, that's fine. eat. I guess Emrakul is the safest choice. Get a baby Emrakul here. They have Terminus and one unknown in their hand. So here comes the Terminus, presumably. As expected. So I'm still not dead. Still holding on here. Okay. Silumgar. Pass. I should be able to buy at least one more turn, even if they draw a removal spell, because between Mana Leak and Miscalc, it's going to be hard for them to animate Colonnade and get through with an attack. Gosh, this is a frightening game. Oh no. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. They had the Basalt Monolith in their hand. Okay, so they had nothing. Okay, so cycle Miscalc. Add a counter to Relic. Hoping to find some relevant spells here. That is good. Oh, baby, that is good. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I get to end of turn, return the O-ring to their hand, Scarab God, Spell Queller, oh no, Scarab God, Gear Hulk, Cryptic, O-ring, draw a card, get back Gonti, steal one of their cards. We did it. We frickin' did it! Holy moly! Ah, the 3-0! What a frickin' finish. Wow. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because that was a sweet way to 3-0 this Legacy Cube. Nice little spicy deck here. You saw the power of Emrakul, especially taking turns in this. Taking your opponent's turn in, well, just a game of Magic is pretty brutal, but especially in Cube, I think. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the MTGO Traders YouTube. And of course, you can catch my stream every weekday, twitch.tv/NumottheNummy. We'll see you guys next time.